talk.
Yeah.
We've got one man down,
Unfortunately.
10 men in a football game. But Ali's out sick. He'll be back probably next
week. Yeah.
hopefully. But
Yeah.
so we've got Nejat. Just me and you.
Just me and you today.
All right. So a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on.
Yep.
Champions League especially.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a big, I wouldn't say an upset.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying it was an upset with Arsenal, Real Madrid. I was hoping it was going to be a turnaround, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. Lost a lot of money on sports bet.
Same here.
But we're back in it.
Yeah.
Good luck to Arsenal. I don't think they'll make the final.
Nah, look, no one. Well, we all expected Real Madrid to come back, but they didn't. Of course, to be fair, it was honestly one of the worst football games I've watched in a sense of Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
In sense of the way Real Madrid played, because there was no tactics or anything to say so. But what I was saying, in a sense, that with Real Madrid, the way they played, Mbappe and Vini was the reason why they struggled. Well, they couldn't score goals.
Yeah, because pressure was on with them.
Well, no, not pressure. They just didn't want to pass the ball to each other.
Well, that too. But I think they wanted to be the hero of the game, and they wanted to obviously hold on to the ball and not pass it and try pull out a result individually, not as a team.
Well, I was watching the game because I wanted to see that comeback, because you don't want to miss those moments. And every time Mbappe or Vini will get the ball from the left side or the right side, and he would run in, like as in Mbappe will run with the ball, and then Vini will just come and overlap to go on his left side. Mbappe will just cut in and go, and then obviously lose the ball. Vini would have done the same. So I'm just like, when I saw that happen, and that happened in the first 15 minutes of the game, and I was just like, Real Madrid's not winning today. And until they can start passing to each other, they're not going to win. It's just typical ego.
Yeah, 100%.
It's typical ego.
When you've got millions of $1 million players, like, I don't know how much Mbappe is.
Or you could say the best players in the world.
The best players in the world in one team.
Yeah.
And then egos start sparking everywhere.
Exactly.
That result, didn't go their way. But before we get into Champions League, last week's episode, we mentioned the favorite kits of all time.
Yeah. As you could see.
Obviously, you're wearing your one.
It's not all time, but one of my favorite
One of your
kits.
favorite kits.
Yeah.
We'll go one by one. I think we know Ali's one, which was a surprise to me. I didn't expect that.
It still doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I can't really... usually you'd say I see where you're coming from, but I don't see where he's coming from in that situation.
No.
We'll get Ali's one out of the way.
Yeah.
South Africa, 2010.
National kit, yeah. The one where Shalaba...
Look, it's a historic kit because I think it's their first World Cup.
And their first goal.
And their first goal. So
yeah,
I could really say, I understand where he's coming from. But when it comes to a favorite kit, I don't see a difference between it.
Honestly, I'm like looking at it when I see it, that yellow one, which is what he's referring to, the Shalaba first goal.
Yeah.
Now, when I look at that, I'm just like, he could have just went for the Brazilian kit. He's a big Dinho fan, so I'm just like...
Not even that, yeah.
It looks like
I thought he was going to go for an R9 kit, like O2 R9 or...
Well, I was going to wear my R9 one. I got him a Dinho one.
He's got the Dinho.
He's got the Dinho one, but it was from the O2 year.
No, I think it was O2 or 98.
No, O2. I think it was O2, the one I have.
Yeah.
But when you look at the South African kit, it's a split image of the Brazilian kit.
Not even that. Each Adidas kit, and you've noticed with the kits as well, each Adidas kit, they're always the same.
Yeah.
The Greek national team had the exact same kit, but blue and white.
Do you remember when Puma for Man City, and then they had other Puma teams where they had the logo,
they had the name.
The name
they
over
just
here.
had the name.
And every team had the same kit.
It looked like a t-shirt. Yeah. It didn't look like a jersey.
But I don't understand why clubs do the same design when it comes to that.
I think that's just
Dortmund had the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
They had BVB on it.
Yeah, it was funny.
I think that's just how it is when it comes to brands and kits like Nike, Adidas. They all have like default
designs,
jerseys. And it has to be FIFA approved as well. That's what I've heard. So we've actually tried like there was a couple of kits that I've seen, like couple of clubs that wanted to do their own designs, but FIFA wouldn't allow it because it has to be FIFA approved.
Yeah.
Which is kind of silly, but
it's just like it's your own club. Like, why can't
you? Yeah, you want to put history behind that jersey.
Exactly.
And FIFA's not allowing
but can you imagine you just wearing like the BVB one, like over here we see. Yeah. City had the same one. Like, just imagine you're the two different clubs, two different countries, and you're wearing the same kit. Imagine they faced each other. That would be more funny.
Yeah.
You're in the same kit, bro.
But yeah. No, you're wearing the 14.
This is 2014.
2014
jersey. Mourinho year, yeah, that's when we won it. I actually have two of these. One with Andre Schürrle on the back. He was a pass or how do you say, blast from the pass, German left mid.
Have you seen him doing? He's doing wonders now. He's on YouTube. He's
really.
He's completely wiped off football. Like he's just doing his own thing.
I think he retired early. He did retire early.
He could have become.
Look, he was good at Chelsea to a point, but he didn't get his game time. That's all it was. He just didn't get game time.
I think he just won the World Cup and he's like,
he won the World Cup, won the Premier League. He's done it all. It's like Mario Götze. Like he won everything and then he just disappeared. You know what I mean? Who's playing at Frankfurt now? Anyway, and then you've got so this kit. I got this from the Chelsea Mega Store, obviously, because I want to get the real stuff. Not the fake stuff.
So that was when you went at Stamford Bridge?
No. You can buy it online from the Chelsea Mega Store from online. So that's
I thought you actually went to the Mega Store.
No, I went to the Mega Store in 2019.
Okay.
And I got a jersey. Yeah, I got some clothing and jerseys and, what do they call them? Merchandise. When I went there in 2019, got the photos with all the Champions Leagues, the Premier Leagues, everything. Got photos with them. Did the whole tour and everything. I was unlucky enough not to go to a game. If you want to hear a funny story about it, actually. So we didn't know back then how to buy tickets.
Yeah. It's so hard to buy tickets in the Premier League.
Exactly. So I didn't know where to go. So we went to a place called StubHub. Okay. And it was really known in Europe to buy tickets from there. So we bought it from there and we paid, honestly, it was expensive, at least $300 to $400 Australian. Then we got it, no problem. We got it delivered to the hotel we'll stay in England. I think it was like Intercontinental or something like that. We'll stay in it. So we told her to get it delivered there because we didn't have no postal address in England because we only can get it from there. So we got it. When I went to the hotel, the tickets were there. I was cheering. Yes, can't wait. It was Chelsea versus Sheffield United. Chelsea's home, of course. So we decided to go to the game. No, of course. So we went. We took the train, went to Fulham. And then we got to the stadium. It was empty. We got there very early. So there was nobody there. We're just walking around, took some photos. And then my older brother was with us. So it was just me and my brothers. My older brother was with me and he's like, let's go eat first and then we'll come back. Because we're going to sit in the cinema, I think, in the stadium. And we're not going to eat unless you go over there. So we go, let's go to Macca's because we walked right past it when we're going to the stadium. No problem. We'll go, come back. We ate. We came back. It was packed in hell. All these stewards were like blocking it like that. And I was like, I'm like to my brother, I look at him and I go, they're full like check-in tickets. I was like, shit. Like, don't get me wrong. We thought we had authentic tickets, Technically they were. We go, they stop us. And then they go to us, they go, where'd you get these tickets from? And I was just bullshitting saying, my uncle got it as a birthday gift. He goes, is there any chance you can get your uncle on the phone? And I go, why? He goes, we need to authenticate it. Like we need the receipt that you got it from the Chelsea store, from the Chelsea website. I was like shit. Like I don't have no receipt and let alone I don't have any internet or anything to contact my uncle. So we went into the booth and we're talking to him. And then I said to him, look, I got it from this place. And they go, oh, you paid 4 times the amount or 5 times the amount for this ticket when this ticket was cheaper. So you could say it was like 45 Australian dollars or 50 Australian dollars, but you paid $300 for it.
Wow. I
was like, fuck. I was like, and then he goes, you can't go in. Oh man, my other brother, Tolga, he punched the booth. like because of out of anger, because he's a big Chelsea supporter as well as like me, and he was so pissed off. And I said to the guy, like, "Bro, we came from Australia. Like, come on, like, give us leeway, let us go in." He gave us a paper, and then lucky enough, I sent that paper to StubHub and told them, "Look, we couldn't get in." It said this, that, and we got our money back.
Okay.
But the law at that time, funny enough, a week before was changed. So apparently, look, don't get me wrong, you can't get aftermarket tickets, but they weren't narrowing, like, how do you say, taking it down like how they did now after the stewards.
Yeah.
At that time, because it was they didn't really care as much. But now they changed the law a week before, and now they're tracking down all these aftermarket tickets they were getting from
So
online.
let's just say a week before,
yeah,
you would have gone in.
I would have got in.
Wow.
Yeah. So what did we have to do? We were so pissed off. We went back to our hotel, and we just watched the game from there. And ironically enough, it started raining. Shock. And Chelsea drew 2-2 against Sheffield United.
I guess you say it's
I was like, oh,
lucky you didn't go.
lucky I didn't go. You know what I mean? I'll go like, we look at that and I go, I wish, okay, we'll be mad we won. Yeah, no problem. But, and then
Draw to Sheffield.
we draw to Sheffield, and then we're also going to be sitting in the rain.
Yeah.
It was like
There's no cover at Stanford?
there is a bit of cover, but if you're at the front,
Yeah.
you're going to get hit with rain. So I got, how do you say, like, my brother was pissed off. We were pissed off about it.
As you would.
Yeah, we would, but you travel
You
that far
all the way from Australia to the UK
England.
to watch a game.
to do your dream, like your bucket list kind of thing, to watch a game.
Yeah.
Look, the next day we went and did the Stamford Bridge tour, which was great and all. And then we realized when we sat in, and people don't realize this, and it goes to everyone else at home, when you buy tickets, you don't need to get the best seats, because sometimes the view is too close.
Yeah,
it's close anyway. So no matter where you sit, because when we did the Stamford Bridge tour, so we got the seats in the middle where the bench is, like over there. So it's obviously not there, but on the other side. So it's going to be expensive. But the only reason I got it because I want to do close up. I want to be close to the players. I want to see. We went and did the Stamford Bridge tour, and we go, look, it's so close. Even from the Mafia Harding.
A lot of the stadiums in the UK are very, very close. So, like you said before, wherever you get, like whatever seat you get, you
close.
will see football.
Yeah.
But even with I don't know if you know this one, it's from the corner post. So if you see the corner post, but if you get seats that are all the way up, you get a panoramic view of the stadium, which is probably one of the best views. Like obviously you want to be in
the middle, when
like
the
middle and everywhere, but just seeing football in general with that view and just especially the crowd going crazy when the goals go in as well. Like it's the best feeling.
That's why if you see all the Sky Sports guys there on the corner,
they
get a view of the
everything,
whole game.
Literally. But it's a good kit. I'll give it that. I'll probably.
You know what I like about it actually? Mainly Samsung. I'm an Android user, unfortunately. If anyone doesn't,
they're not with Samsung anymore.
No, they're not with Samsung anymore.
Wow.
We used to have Samsung in the middle. Remember when we used to have that ship free, which I didn't like?
Was it the
mobile thing?
Yeah.
It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I hated that one because everyone used to just make it a meme.
Well, you won a Champions League with that.
I know, but still, everyone used to go 3-0 when we lose
3-0,
like that, or 3-2 or whatever. I always hated it. Right now we don't have anything.
There's
in the
no
middle.
sponsors, yeah.
I know we're working on one, but realistically, I like it without it. But in general, this is when we had with Adidas. I prefer Adidas as a jersey, not as Nike. Nike jerseys are they're all the same. They're plain. They don't feel like, I don't know if you've seen the one we have now. They've made the Nike tick like upside down like that.
Yeah.
It's like, why? I was like, why?
It's a bit weird, but no, they just want to do something with fashion and whatnot. But moving on.
Yeah. Your kit?
My kit's the 2002. I haven't worn it because it's very hard to find it.
Yeah.
Very hard to find it.
Like I said, you're a plastic
and
fan.
if I do find it, it costs at least $400-$500. I saw one Roy Keane kit that went for $500. And I'm like, should I buy it? Should I not?
Well, if someone can give it to us.
My missus will probably kill me because it's a $500 jersey and she'll be like, why are you buying that?
If I told my missus, she knows how many kits I have. She wouldn't care.
Oh, I've got a shitload of kits. I just don't wear them.
Why?
and it's just sitting there in the drawer.
I only really know I play soccer.
You know what it is? The kits, like, especially in summer, I don't like wearing kits in summer because it's sweaty.
It's hot.
Like it's and the smell as well, like the nylon, it's the worst. But yeah, that's one kit I want to get. Try to get it lower than $500. It's probably out there, but I just haven't looked properly. But
we'll get it one day.
2002 kit. Bex was there. Kane. Skulls, Giggs, just everyone.
This was prime United.
This was pre-Ronaldo as well.
Yeah, it was prime United.
Prime United
before Ronaldo even.
Yeah, so it was a jersey. It was a memorable jersey. A lot of it even says it as well. Nostalgia, like those kits are nostalgia as well.
Yeah, but, the Vodafone in the middle.
It's just my favorite kits have always been the Vodafone kits.
Yeah,
the ones where United have Vodafone.
And the funny thing is, the Vodafone logo
suits United. It does,
red and white.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of the most memorable kits as well. Hoping to get it one day, and hopefully we'll wear it on the show as well. So.
Hopefully, or we can frame it.
Yeah,
you never know.
I do want to get it signed though. Obviously, who would you get it signed by? If you can get all of them, no shit, you'll do that. Probably. If I can sneak in Juan Mata.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's...
He's still United.
Yeah.
I'd still...
unless we...
unless I travel to the UK and do a meet and greet with one of the legends or something.
Yeah, but, run into Beckham.
Run into Beckham, yeah. Beckham wore that jersey as well. So, Yapstam as well. Yeah. That's just a lot of legends. Like, you just... It's my favorite kit of all time. So, but yeah, moving on. Champions League.
Before we go to that, at least our jerseys are better than Ali's.
Well, yeah. I don't know what jersey. He keeps wearing Juventus. I keep telling him, why do you keep wearing Juventus? I think that's the only jersey he has, bro.
Look, I've got him the Dino one, so he's got Dino.
He's got Dino and Juventus.
I think he's got a Barca one as well. I'm not sure.
And that was Pogba Juventus as well.
Yeah, prime Pogba.
That was prime Pogba as well.
Pogba. I miss him.
Champions League results.
Yeah, so like we mentioned earlier,
Real Madrid, Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah.
We had Inter Barca.
Yes, Inter and Barca. So no, it will be Inter and Barca in the final. It was Inter Bayern that played
Inter Bayern, sorry.
Now Bayern finally did score some goals. Kane scored a good goal.
It wasn't enough.
But wasn't enough, exactly. Well, not even that. Like, it was more of a case. It was goal. Like, one team scores, the other team scores. One team scores, the other team. Like, it was 2 goals. But, like, Inter scored, I think it was Inter, no, it was, let me see from here. It was, Harry Kane. And then 6 minutes later, Lautaro Martinez scores right after. And then Pavard scored 2 minutes after that. And then Eric Dyer.
The 2 Englishmen for a German club.
Exactly.
Figure that out.
Straight out. Both ex-Tottenham players as well.
I really rate Martinez, though.
Well,
like, he's been the star boy for Inter.
Well, I just heard today that Marcus Thuram got injured. Yeah. So he's out. But then you've got Lautaro Martinez and then Lukaku, who's at Lukaku's at Napoli, yeah?
Lukaku's at Napoli.
Yeah, so he's no longer in it. Oh, how funny it would be if Inter Milan wins it now. They win it in the Champions League final, they go and win it, and compared to last year. Was it last year when they played in the and Inter and Lukaku missed everything, and then they go win it now? Oh, that'd be so funny.
That's always the case with football as well.
You make it to the final.
One player leaves the season before, and then the season after the team wins something.
And then as well as the team that goes into the final the year before, that year, and then the next year they go win it. Like when Chelsea was in the final, and then they beat Bayern. Bayern next year beats it against Dortmund. And then same thing. Chelsea beats City, and then City wins it next year, I believe it was, or the year after. Yeah. And then this year, imagine the same thing. Sometimes history does repeat itself.
Look, I said it from the beginning. I did want a Barca,
Real Madrid,
and then obviously Barca to win.
If that was the case, I would say Barca was going to win it anyway because of the way Real Madrid's playing after that performance.
I think Barca would have cleaned them up. But it's been some interesting results. Yeah. Obviously, the Inter Bayern game we had the Aston Villa PSG. They got the win.
And honestly, in that game, 10 minutes more, Aston Villa would have won that leg.
Yeah, 100%.
10 minutes more.
100%.
I don't know what happened to PSG there.
I feel bad for Aston Villa though. Like they've been Unai Emery has done so much improvements in that club.
And to be fair, for what he did, like to get that far with Aston Villa is amazing. But think of it this way, yeah. Look at PSG, and I said PSG is one of the favourites to win it, and I hope they're kind of. I was hoping that final. Now they're going to verse Arsenal. Now knowing from the Aston Villa and PSG game that last leg, okay, 3-2, you could tell that inexperience came into play. You know what I mean? How do you go from winning? What was the first leg was 3-1 to PSG, and then you get a 2-goal. Well, I think they went. I believe it went. Let's see, 11th minute, and 27th. They went 4-1 or 5-1. Yeah, 5-1 in a leg. Like as in, that's how their leg was, and then keeping it that close to the dying depth. And think of it, they scored on the 57th minute. So from 57th minute to the 90th minute, they held their own, which was good on them.
Yeah.
But they didn't need to make it that hard.
They needed one more goal.
But PSG didn't need to make it that hard. But they made it hard for themselves. So that got me worried about how they're going to go against Arsenal, because Arsenal now, look, if they beat PSG, they have a high chance of beating Barcelona. Because like I said, PSG is a very compact team. They're a very good, well-organized team. And to beat them is very, very...
you know what I was thinking the other day? I was on my laptop and I was just going through all the scores and upcoming games and whatnot. And I was looking at PSG and I'm like, imagine Messi was still at PSG. And he made a final
in this team.
And it was against Barca.
Oh, that'd be funny. I'd love
that. Would have been...
That'd be depressing for Pep. But imagine, and then
Messi scores and wins it for PSG. That would have been
historic. And then he does this, he kisses the badge.
No, he would never do that. I don't think he would even celebrate. I don't think
he won't celebrate. He will never celebrate. No way.
Imagine that. You score against your team you grew up with, playing in the academies, La Masia, all the way up to the first team, captaining the team, winning Champions
League. What made you
what you are, and to score in a final.
That would be funny.
But obviously we will never see that.
No, we won't.
That is the what if that happened.
You got Dortmund.
Dortmund as well, yeah.
Now that is the same thing. I don't understand. Like the two favorites that I've had, Barca and Dortmund, both almost lost.
Yeah.
Well, not lost, but almost gave the tie away.
Yeah.
Like,
well, look, the 4-0 in the first leg. I think Barca just killed it off in the first game. I think that's the most safest option you go, is kill the team off in the first game. Always. Score as many goals as you can first game, and then just sit back in the second game.
Yeah, that's true. But that game, I don't know, there was something off about Barca. It was same as PSG. Both of them were off. There was something off about it.
I don't think they were resting players either.
No.
I don't think that was their full squad.
To be honest, I would have rested players. Because you still got the La Liga to worry about as well.
I think they're about how many points ahead?
I think they're 2 points or 3 points. It's Real Madrid that's...
I think they can do the clean sweep. I think they can do La Liga, Champions League. I think they got the Copa del Rey as well.
Yeah.
But no, not surprised, because I think Barca deserve it after the crap that they've been through over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
From prime Barca to Pep's Barca.
And then Xavi had it.
Xavi.
And don't get me wrong, Xavi did win the league with him.
He did.
But then they gave him so much stick about it. So I was like...
It wasn't the Barca that we
knew.
Yeah.
This is the Barca I knew.
Yeah.
This is when I look at this Barca, I'm like, this is
the Barca we knew. It could become 10 times better if they keep on going.
Yeah.
So...
Well, you look at the fixtures now. So you got Arsenal, PSG, Barca versus Inter. Now that Barca versus Inter game is a historic game, if you know form. So obviously Mourinho, yeah. So
we celebrated that in the camp now.
Yeah, exactly. So
that was I actually remember that game.
Yeah,
that
I
game
remember
was high school. I think we were in high school still.
We were. Yeah, it was 2010. Yeah,
because I remember
4 years before you think.
Literally, I remember it as if it was today. Just waking up in the morning. And actually, I was late to school that day. I actually remember it so well. Late to school that day because I was watching, because it was 7 a.m. games.
Yeah.
I only lived down the road from school.
Yeah, you did. I
was like, all right, I'll risk it. But I think it was last couple of years of school. I think we got 2 more years left.
No, we had 4 or 5 years. 2010.
Was it 2010?
I graduated in 2014.
Oh, yeah, it was 2010. So I was in year 7. Wow.
But that team back then... in Inter Milan, because that's what it was prime Inter. And they had, who did they have? They had Schneider. Schneider was playing Zanetti.
Schneider, they had Milito, Eto'o.
I was 09, 09 and 10.
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Milito, Eto'o.
That was Maicon.
Zanetti.
Zanetti was...
Who's keeper? Julius Cesar was keeper.
I believe he was, yeah. He was, yeah. And that's when Inter had that mad logo. Do you remember their logo?
Their logo.
We'll
that was probably...
Look,
that logo is probably one of the best Inter I've ever had.
I love that logo.
I don't like this one.
No.
This new one.
That logo they had was amazing. Let me go line up so I could see it up here.
But yeah, look, I think
but
it won't be as interesting as it was back then.
But look at that lineup. Like Lucio, Samuel, Zanetti, Motta, Cambiasso. Wow, what a player.
I was thinking, going over games and like old games as well, like you look at the lineups now and you don't go wow anymore.
No.
Back then, I look at this lineup and look at Barca's lineup as well. I look at their I look at lineups from the past and you go, wow, there's a legend in each
in
position.
Yeah.
But now it's just one or two and
that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Like rising stars and whatnot.
That brings it back to Barcelona's one. Now we're seeing the same like Barca we used to see when we were younger.
Gavi.
But you look at that team and you kind of give that wow factor to it too, because like you just said, like you look at the position and you go, Lamine Yamal, who's now like honestly he's a generational talent. Yeah. Then you got Lyon. Of course you're going to say he's a legend on his own.
Yeah.
Then you look at his left side, he's got Rafinha, who's now presenting himself as a world-class player. And then you look at the midfield, you've got Gavi, you've got Pedri, you've got De Jong. Now, De Jong, maybe you're like, oh, it's De Jong, but then Pedri and Gavi, you look at them, and when I look at them, we all say the same thing. Xavi and Iniesta, it's the same thing. Then you look at the defensive line, Koundé is doing amazing as a right back. And then you got your left back is Balde. And then who was the centers? Their centers, Kubasi is injured, I think.
Yeah.
Who do they have at centre these days? I can't remember who's in Barca's centre backs these days. I think they play their youngsters.
Barca's team is not recognisable.
No,
like
not as it is, but yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's 2 legs. It's not 1 leg.
Yeah.
So we have to see on both ends. Anything could happen. And that was it. Araujo, and then Kubasi, and then or Gerard, Martin. So
I look at Chesney and I go,
what the hell is he doing there?
What? Like that is the weirdest transfer I've ever seen in my life.
He came out of retirement.
Imagine him coming out of retirement and winning the Champions League.
Oh, love that.
Something that he couldn't do at Arsenal.
Yeah. Go like that.
We can name a few other players that haven't done it in Arsenal and that have done it in other clubs as well.
Now, look, see, Arsenal and PSG. Now, I swear to God, I do not want Arsenal to win the Champions League just because I'm a Chelsea supporter.
You know what?
I don't want.
Knowing our luck,
they'll win it.
I always say it. Knowing our luck, the teams we don't want to win end up winning.
Yeah, but
I think this is where Arsenal's reign runs. Like
their peak.
It will run out.
If they lose to PSG, their peak is just gonna. I feel like they're just gonna fall off after.
The reason why I'm saying this is not the strongest Real Madrid I've seen.
No,
that's why I'm saying it. No. That's not a strong Real Madrid team.
It's a Galacticos
you got Mbappe, you've got Vinicius, you got Valverde, you got all these players, but it's not. If it was Ronaldo's, Benzema's, Bale's, Madrid, different story.
Well, did you see? And I'll put the photo for these tweet. Oh no, it's what he mentioned in an interview. Courtois. Did you see what he said? He said that it was we did so many crossing. We needed to play more compact into the middle, but we did so many crosses, but we didn't have a Hosselu.
Yeah.
So Hosselu wasn't there. So there was no 9.
Yeah.
Because why? Mbappe and Vini was always coming down and into the left side and trying to cut in and go in. There was no one in the middle.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, it shows how important a number 9 is, but
100%.
And he doesn't need to be a world-class
100%.
Striker.
If they had Benzema, I reckon they would have
won. If they had Hosselu, they would have won.
Or Hosselu, yeah.
Even any number 9, if I don't know if they had Lukaku, but if they had someone else, then they will be amazing over there. But look, PSG, Arsenal. I hope PSG wins. If PSG wins, then I just hope it'll be a mad final for PSG versus Barca, because that will be a tactic game. It'll be all about tactics. Or it could be Inter. Who knows? But we'll wait and see until next week.
Time will tell. But on to the next one. This one's probably the most interesting one for the whole show. It's Man United and Spurs potential final.
Yeah.
We'll look at the results as well. Heart attack football.
For you.
For me.
For you. For you. Not for me. It was a good neutral game.
But yeah, look, like I said before, it's good for the neutrals, but for United supporters, it wasn't really good.
Attack.
Health-wise, it wasn't good.
Honest. But you know what I could say about? Okay, we'll start with the United and Lyon game. I will say it like this: both teams are shit.
100%.
How do you go from one team going 2-0 up, to another team scoring 4 goals on you, or that team scoring 4 goals and then going 2-0 up, making it tie again?
Well, it says it in the result, 5-4.
With a red card.
It's just, with
a red card.
I watched that game and it's just all over the place. Like, it wasn't
shocked, man.
like, I've said it before, it's not like the United I used to watch, where I used to enjoy smashing Chelsea, Arsenal, City every week.
You had to put Chelsea there, didn't you?
I had to. Like, it's not the same United. After Sir Alex, everything went to shit.
Yeah.
No
replacements.
We all know that. No replacements. I think I don't know how many coaches we've replaced now.
Yeah.
And we've realized, I think we've had success after Sir Alex, but it wasn't the success that...
Yeah, like Mourinho came in. And
Mourinho winning the Europa League with us, but that's not United standard winning a Europa League. You should be fighting for a Champions League, not a Europa League. And the Premier League. Yeah. Something that, Mourinho got close. One season
and to be honest, he didn't get the respect that he deserved.
No.
They hated him.
I said it, and a lot of United supporters nearly, had my head for that. Mourinho should have stayed longer.
Yeah, he should have.
A lot of people saying, Mourinho is a 2-season coach or not. No. If you give him the right if you give him the right players, and if you give him time, he will do wonders for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you allow players to have this ego-driven mentality at the club,
you're not going to win.
Pogba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mason Mount, not Mason Mount. Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Rashford.
Well, Jadon Sancho wasn't there at the time, but Pogba
I'd say
was.
It now.
Yeah.
From now, Jadon Sancho is close to Pogba's mentality.
No, I would say Garnacho is.
Garnacho, yeah, but he's not. You know what? But I give it to Garnacho. He actually performs when he wants to.
That's true.
Sancho does not perform.
He only performs for Chelsea.
Well, has he been performing?
He hasn't. Look, when he came first couple games in, he performed, then he died out.
Yeah.
And now he's performing because I think he's performing so he could stay at the club.
I think he should have just stayed at Dortmund.
Yeah, 100%. They should. But look, United, their next leg is against Atletico Bilbao. Now that...
You know what the funny thing is? I support Bilbao in the...
Yeah, you told me, I remember.
In Spain.
Well,
I'm not a Madrid, Barca, I'm Bilbao. Because obviously we know the history with Bilbao. They only play Basque players from their culture.
Yeah.
I guess that's good in a way because it drives them to represent their shirt. And that's why they're always hitting top 4 every year in La Liga.
Yeah, but look...
And they're fighting for league titles and
100%,
cups.
100%. They want to do it with their youth.
Exactly. Atletico's probably got the best youth.
But when I look at it now and I go United versus Bilbao, and I'm like, honestly, if United play like that against Lyon, Bilbao will win.
Bilbao's a better team than Lyon.
Yeah, I think Lyon or
regardless of you got Lacazette in Lyon and all that. Lacazette's finished. Bilbao has got a better team than Lyon.
You got Nico Williams, Inaki Williams.
Yeah, you got the Williams brothers.
You got the Williams brothers, but Nico, I think, will just kill the crap out of United play defensive line.
Well, imagine Nico Williams running at Maguire.
Exactly.
Who's going to come off best at that?
I don't know. Well, it depends on how Maguire hits him. Slaphead.
No, but you know what? Props to Maguire.
He got his goal.
He won the game for us.
Yeah.
But still not happy. Like, you look at that result and go, I'm not happy.
No.
We're leaking 4 goals at Old Trafford.
Well, not that. It's just because what I just said earlier.
Yeah.
They've won, they're red
teams.
carded, and then you go 2-0 up.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, that's just embarrassing on its own.
Yeah.
And to verse Bilbao now, that's going to be an interesting game. Then you got, look, to be honest, like that Man United Lyon, it was the best game and it was an enjoyable game.
Yeah.
As a neutral. But the shocking result in that game, in all the Europa League, was Lazio.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see Boda going through. Like, that is shocking.
You know what? Good in a way.
It is good.
Because the topic has been around Ange Postecoglou and how he's been treated by the fans. And look, I think he's been treated poorly because, as I said before in the previous episodes, the fans of Tottenham have high expectations.
Yeah.
They think they have high expectations. Now that they've built a new stadium, they want to fight for Champions League, Premier Leagues, and
or
all
win
that.
a trophy.
Literally, try to win a trophy.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it before. Tottenham have gone on the same road as Arsenal. They've left White Hart Lane.
Yep.
They've built a new stadium to try to fight for a Premier League, try to, bringing all the star players.
Win a cup.
Win a trophy.
Which Arsenal has done.
Yeah. So Tottenham have done that, failed. This could be an interesting one. That's why I'm saying it could be an interesting final. It could be a United-Tottenham final.
For Tottenham to beat Frankfurt and Frankfurt is not an easy team.
A very hard team.
Very hard team to beat. And to beat them, good on them, especially 1-0 away.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not easy winning in Germany.
No, it's not. Okay. Now, for them, you could say they're lucky to play against Boda to make it to the final. Like, I'm not disrespecting Boda, but Tottenham should beat them.
Yeah.
It's their potential to win it. And we mentioned this last week in the last episode. That Postecoglou, if he gets the sack before the final, I am blaming the club. Yeah. I will turn around, and as much as I'm a Chelsea supporter, I will turn on to every...
We'll feel sorry for Ange.
I will go to the Tottenham board and tell them that you guys are retarded. Literally.
No, I'll give credit to Postecoglou because he's been through so much shit and he's handled himself really well.
Yeah.
Like, we were speaking about it before.
Yeah. There was did you see what he said in the press conference? He goes, you got to deal...
we were speaking with Falcon before.
Yeah.
Shout out SC Hellos as well. We were speaking about it before. This is good if Ange wins it.
100%.
Because it gives us a leeway for us Australian coaches that it is possible to make it in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm fingers crossed that Ange can win it.
That's the only reason why. It's not for Tottenham.
But you know what? It's for Ange as well.
It's just for Ange. For me, as a Chelsea supporter, it's for Ange. Not for Tottenham, it's for Ange. I'm seeing Ange.
For Ange and for all the Australian coaches here that are trying to make it big.
We're going to call it Ange FC. We're not calling it Tottenham. It's Ange FC. That's what we're going to call it.
Nah, look, best of luck to Ange. Hopefully.
Yeah. And
as much as I am a United supporter, I really, if we make the final, I really want Tottenham to beat United. I'm just saying. Ange needs it more than Amorim.
100%. And look,
it's not even about being biased. He's been poorly treated at Tottenham.
Yeah, and
I really feel sorry for him.
In the press conference, they said he turns around.
He's like, "Oh, you're gonna stick around for? I have to stick around.
I'm still here, mate. You gotta stick up with me for a few more moments or something like that." We'll put the quote up. But look, I hope he does win it. He's got a good pathway to it 100%. Now because he's got Boda. Make it to the final, but don't get me wrong, United. Look, Tottenham and United game. I see it's either way, but then when I see Tottenham and Atletico Bilbao, that is, I don't know. Like when I look at that,
that's going to be a hard one.
If I had to do a sports bet on it, I have no clue who will win that.
Yeah,
but if I see Tottenham and United,
I've deleted after this week's results. I've deleted my sports bet off my phone. That was a one-off.
You put Vinny to score first.
I put Vinny to score first.
He scored second.
I put Bellingham to score. Put Bellingham to have more shots in the game in the first half. And I got Real Madrid to win the game. So all three flopped.
Yeah. Well, Vinny scored the second goal.
Vinny scored the second goal. Yeah. So I'm not downloading Sportsbet again. I'm not wasting my money on that.
Leave that to me.
Leave that to you. But look, like I said, Ange, we wish him all the best.
Yeah. Hope he does well.
Hopefully he does well. as I said, it will be good for us Australian coaches as well to have that sort of dream of going to Europe and coaching as well. That's my dream as well.
Of course.
So,
good luck.
We wish him all the best.
100%.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Total Football Talk Show. Last segment. Last week, Ali brought a new segment, which was really interesting and we enjoyed, which was the Legend Locker. Something that we've introduced and we find very interesting for the supporters as well, for our fans as well, for ourselves to learn about legends as well. Because as much as we know football, we don't know much about
history of football,
history and legends and all that. So Ali, shout out to Ali for bringing that segment in. It's going to be very interesting for everyone as well to
learn,
get to know legends as well. Last week it was
Platini,
legend of the game as well. I did do some research after that.
I learned a lot.
He was a really good player. Imagine Platini and Zidane together.
Yeah, imagine that.
That would have been...
imagine Platini, Zidane and Henry together.
Yeah, that would have been... And Vieira as well. But we've got... Ali will do a bit of a surprise, so we're not really going to mention the name.
Yeah, Ali is not going to let us know. So at the end of the day, we will just play it. So we're leaving it to you, Ali.
The world game has seen many set-piece specialists. Whether you've watched David Beckham bend the ball into the top corner, Cristiano Ronaldo and his fearsome knuckleball, come from the man who Thierry Henry once quoted saying he makes free kicks look like penalties. This is the story of Juninho. Born in Recife, Brazil, Juninho's story wasn't written in gold. He didn't grow up in a football academy with European scouts knocking at his door. Instead, he grew up in a modest neighborhood where football was played barefoot on the streets, where the ball was often improvised. Even as a child, his talent was obvious. He wasn't just quick or flashy, he was intelligent. He saw the game 2 steps ahead, and his dribbling was effortless. It was like he was dancing the rhythm of Brazilian football, often playing with older, tougher opponents. It was there where he developed his vision, his passing, and the composure that would define his career. But he was just getting started. In 1995, Juninho made the move to Vasco da Gama, and that's where the spark caught fire. Surrounded by legends like Edmundo and Romario, Juninho found his stride. His midfield command, precise long shots, and ever-improving set pieces made him a fan favourite. Between 1995 and 2001, he won 2 Brasileiros, Copa Libertadores, and 1 South American Super Cup, becoming a symbol of Vasco's golden era. He wasn't just part of a great team, he was the heart of it. In 2001, he made the bold move to Olympique Lyon, France. At the time, Lyon had never won the league, but by the time Juninho left in 2009, they had 7 consecutive League One titles, a historic run for the French club. He became the heartbeat of the team, controlling games with his vision, his passing, and of course, his otherworldly free kicks, which were so good that teams like Milan, Barcelona, and Real Madrid all feared him. Across his career, Juninho scored 100 goals for Lyon and made 75 assists, with many goals coming from direct set pieces. In total, he scored 77 free kick goals in his professional career. His knuckleball technique wasn't just unpredictable, it was almost unfair. The ball would rise, dip, and swerve mid-air like it had a mind of its own. No angle was too sharp, no wall too high, no keeper safe from the King of Lyon. Juninho didn't need a big farewell. His legacy lives in every footballing fan who held their breath when he stood over a ball. Because when Juninho lined up a free kick, you didn't wonder if he would score, you just wondered how.
It's been a good show.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting one because I think we don't have any European games coming up.
No, we've got Premier League games coming up.
Premier League is back.
Yep.
So, yeah.
We'll go from
It'll
there.
be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, by the time we come back, there'll be some interesting performances and interesting results as well. So,
but yeah, so...
One more thing. We are in the works of doing the Agree to Disagree. The first segment with...
IOL segment.
Literally.
Yeah.
We are bringing in other social media influencers in Australia. As I said, good to build that connection with everyone and build a content platform here in the country. Agree to Disagree will be the first one. We are still in the talks of what teams we're going to bring in. Yeah.
Because we want to be we could be generic. We can be. We could start off generic if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But we do want to go elsewhere.
Yeah, we're aiming a couple of interesting teams. I think Ajax and Feyenoord were the topic as well. But yeah, Agree to Disagree is coming up. So we can't wait for that one. It will be obviously filmed in the 27 Project studio.
Yeah. Shout out to them as well for using that.
But yeah, that's it.
But yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Our socials will be in the description below. Follow our socials. We will be posting a lot of shorts in TikTok, Instagram, and as well in YouTube. So see you later, guys.
See you later.